What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a great day. I got some more Hydra for you all because I know that you absolutely love Hydra. So we're going to be talking about a champ that I have never used before today. I've never done any content on this champion with this champion because I do not have this champion on my own account. But we are on Mad Capper's account, who I've, been babysitting since he's been taking his leave of absence from raid. So I've been taking care of his account for him, doing dailies, doing Hydra and things like that for him. And I've just been having a bit of fun exploring the champions, exploring everything that he has. He has an absolutely amazing account, a lot of fun to play. And we're going to be talking about a champion that is actually decent for Hydra. That is Tunisia. Some people may have her, some people may not, but let's talk about her because she's actually not as bad as I thought. The results were actually a bit surprising. I was surprised that she actually outdamaged an enemy max HP champ that's pretty strong, and we're talking about nightmare difficulty. So you might be familiar with her. I'm going to talk about the kit really quickly. We're going to talk about the blessings, the masteries, all that jazz. So let's get into it. A1 attacks one enemy, 50% chance to place the big decreased defense, 100% chance to place it if the target is under HP burn. Very helpful. On the A2, attacks all enemies, 75% chance of placing an HP burn for 3 turns. Also, a 75% chance of placing a stun, which we're not going to be using in Hydra, and a 75% chance of placing decreased speed for 3 turns on targets with less than 50% turn meter. This is the skill that pretty much drew me to her. I was trying to replace one champ in a comp for Nightmare on his account, and I kind of wanted decreased speed more consistently. Just going through the options, Tunisia seemed like the best fit. She also brings HP burn. She can do a good bit of damage for you. Not going to be your primary damage dealer, but she can provide some damage. The A3 is pretty much just like a single target smack. It actually does some pretty good damage. I'll play you some clips in there. I'll slow it down, make sure you see like the damage that the A3 does. But attacks one enemy, damage increases by 40% for each active HP burn debuff in battle, up to 400%. Also has a 75% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%, which we don't really get in Hydra because we can't decrease the turn meter. And so the rest of this is pretty much null and void, but solid champ for Spider for sure. Turn meter, HP burn, things like it works out well. Passive, whenever an ally receives a freeze, we're not going to be doing any freezing in here, so none of this applies. Now, as far as the blessing goes, we have Nature's Wrath on her to increase that damage up exponentially for each debuff she's going to be placing, so her damage is definitely going to be brought up exponentially. A lot of people might not have a 6-star blessing for her. Mad Capper is fortunate enough to have it. So she did some work for us for sure. I'm actually running her in Relentless. He had her in Relentless already. I just kind of improved it. I think only one piece was missing from the build. And it's probably on someone, so he maybe borrowed a piece because he's not using her as much. But these are the total stats that we have on her for Hydra. So okay HP, okay attack, some defense, decent speed, crit cap, 293 crit damage with enough accuracy. Some resist as well helps out. I could probably drop some of this accuracy and increase her damage a bit, but that is what we have as far as the gear. These are the masteries that are on her at the moment. So these are just like some standard Hydra DPS CC masteries, if you will. Took War Master just to get that consistent extra damage, and down into Master Hexer to extend, decrease speed, extend HP burn, and decrease defense. So I actually did the run already. I didn't have time to do the run live, so I'll pull up the footage for you. I've got footage from the end of the run where everything is just, super hectic, and I'll just play it, give you play by play and kind of talk through it. So as you can see there, hold on, at the start right there, Tunisia coming in and smacking this decapitated head for, that's 889k right there. That is solid damage, especially on Nightmare. This is Nightmare difficulty. Now, I wish her A1 hit similarly, but it does not. But she's providing a lot for us. So we've got Krisk in the team with her. We've got Nut in the team. We've got Michinaki. By this time, I had already lost Wallmaster. Wallmaster was in there as well. And we have Sulfurion. So this is the team we're running on Nightmare. And it's not like a ridiculous damage team or anything like that, right? It's a consistent team. It's a very safe team as well. We're going to see some A2 damage here from her. The A2 does not hit for a ton. So as you can see there, 100 to 200,000. Nothing crazy. Overall, we get just under a mil damage from that. So you're not getting a ton there. But the A3, we're going to see an A3 smack again on this head. Boom. 1.4 million is actually really good. And that's why we're running her in Relentless. So we get that extra opportunities to get back around to that A3 and kind of stack some damage up. Because that 1.4 million is pretty much the equivalent of what you get from Nut when he does his enemy max HP hit on the Head of Suffering. So when the Head of Suffering is out, that's the one you can do the most enemy max HP damage on. You can get about just over 1.5 million. I believe it's 514,000 damage per hit that you can do. So for her A3 to be able to do that on Decapitated Head is, you know, pretty good. It's pretty comparable. And you'll see towards the end how their damage kind of compares, where she actually just barely out damages him in the run. And this is a run that, you know, is pretty much going very, very close to the turn count. It's not as high a damage as I would have liked. And as you can see, things are moving very, very fast now. So the run is definitely falling apart. As soon as we lost Wallmaster, it was pretty much falling apart. But Tunisia is actually coming through big time. She's providing some damage. Decreased speed, HP burn does a lot. She can also place HP burn on top of the Poison Cloud, which is huge. So Furion as well can place it on top of Poison Cloud. So this is huge. She also does not get feared. So yet another reason to bring her into a comp if you can. And I'll just fast forward here. As you can see, everybody is just starting to die. Everybody's dying. And let's look at the damage for a second. So we've got Tunisia here only doing about 4 mil more than Nut did, which is pretty good to not have any enemy max HP damage. Obviously, Wallmaster is doing a ton more because he has enemy max HP AoE, so he's gonna do quite a bit more. But she did some pretty solid damage and actually contributed a ton to the run. And as you can see, Sulfurion, who is getting the bulk of his damage from HP burn activation, 28 mil. So we could say that, I don't know, 28 out of this 69 was like from HP burns procking. Very solid damage across the board. We did almost 400 mil. This isn't like a ridiculous damage, like fully optimized team. Not yet, at least. But she's providing a ton here. And I'm sorry I skipped over that part of her passive about her, you know, not being able to be feared. This is another reason why the HP burn is so strong in Hydra, especially for her. Whenever an ally or enemy is under HP burn, she's immune to all of these things. So she's not going to get, you know, provoked in Hydra. She's also not going to get true feared, which is absolutely huge. So you can use her if you want to attack the Head of Torment. I believe it's the Head of Torment that does the fears. She'll be able to get the Head of Torment down for you. She's void. She's not going to be weak hitting on anything. Almost like a perfect champ. I just wish they increase her multiplier on her A2. If they increase the multiplier on her A2, she would be absolutely amazing, right? Because in comparison to a champ like Supreme Gaelic, right? And I don't think he has a Supreme Gaelic. If he does have a Supreme Gaelic, why am I not using it? Yeah, he doesn't have a Supreme Gaelic. But Supreme Gaelic, similar thing, right? He's got decreased speed, HP burn, but he also has the block buffs. He can do a considerable amount of damage, though, like far more than Tunisia is capable of. I haven't looked at the multipliers, but I'm just going to go and say definitely the multipliers must be better, even without checking. So yeah, I couldn't help myself. I just checked. Supreme Gaelic's multipliers are better. They're not drastically better, but they are better. Definitely not better than her A3, but as far as the AoE, he has a better multiplier. His A1 also has a better multiplier because it's a double hitter. But great champion. I'm actually pleased with this champion. Thrilled with what she was able to provide for the comp. It actually made it a really smooth run. So if you're looking for somebody you could bring in to provide you like a little bit of damage, you can also put her in something like I mean, you don't really want to put her in like a curse set or provoke set really, because she only has one AoE, but she's a void champ. She's already gonna be a debuffer for you. She's gonna be providing debuffs, so you could go ahead and throw her in something like that. It's probably not the best way to go though, but she provides a lot. If you have her, I would definitely recommend you use her if you're trying to improve your damage, improve your comps. Because I don't know anybody who would be like trying to improve and has this champion and is not using them. That probably isn't happening out here. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Are you using this champion? Do you have this champion? I'm pretty sure if you don't, you probably don't want it. There's a ton of other champs that are probably way higher on the list than Tunisia to like get summoned for you right now, especially with mythicals and everything that we have in the game now. But I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts, especially about Hydra. There's a lot of stuff going on with Hydra right now. Talks of nerfs, talks of not nerfs, just talks of all things Hydra. So maybe we'll hear some actual concrete news about, you know, the Hydra clash fix that's supposed to be coming soon. That would be great if we could get that soon. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I would appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. And like the video. It helps me out as well. Until next time, guys, be good and be well.